Hi again. We spend a lot of our time worrying about the outcomes of different things that may be going on, different events, different things we have going on in our lives. How can we not do that? Well, Alan Watts, if you're not familiar with him, get familiar with him. He's awesome. He told a story about a Chinese farmer, and one day the Chinese farmer lost his horse. It ran off through the gate, and the townsfolk came to him and said, "Oh, that's terrible that you've lost your horse." And he said, "Maybe." And the next day, the horse comes back and brings several other horses with it from the wild that had just followed it back home to its house. And all the townsfolk said, "Wow, what good fortune. You have many horses now." And the farmer said, "Maybe." And so then his son was trying to train these wild horses and got kicked off one of them and broke his arm. So again, the townsfolk said, "That's terrible. What bad fortune." And the farmer said, "Maybe." So then a couple days later, the army comes around looking to conscript able-bodied young men. And since the farmer's son had broken his arm, he was not able to be conscripted. And the townsfolk came and said, "What good fortune. We can't believe it turned out this way." And the farmer said, "Maybe." So what do we see as outcomes? We might want to finish school, get a job, make a certain amount of money, find a pretty person, get married to that pretty person, have kids with that pretty person, hopefully pretty kids as well, Maybe it's more simple, like just finishing a project or learning a skill or a new hobby, or maybe even to go on vacation. These are all things that we can look at and say, these are end goals, but none of them are. They're all just chapters in a story that lead to something else. You get the job. Well, now you could say a new outcome shows up, which is get promoted or find a way to work better with your coworkers. Like that could be another outcome, but no, those are just more steps. You could get married to this person. Well, are you done? Like, is that the end? You got married? You had kids? Well, no. You do what married people do, and you do what parents do, and you live the life of them. And so that outcome of finding that great person and having kids with them was not an outcome. It was just a step that led to more of a life of being that particular person. Maybe that all comes crashing down. Maybe that's for the best when it all comes crashing down. We don't know. There's really only one outcome, and we never know when that outcome is going to occur, because that one outcome is our death. And it could be in 30 years. It could be from an aneurysm tomorrow night. We don't know. It could be any time, and that's the only outcome, if you even want to consider that an outcome, because some people would argue that point and say, well, what if there's something after that? We don't know. So you may be at the end of that, or shall I say the other side of that, saying, maybe. So whether it's good or bad, whatever that step is in life, you can enjoy it and appreciate it and know that it's not the end of the road. It's not where things stop. It's just another step to get you to something else, to some other outcome, so to speak, or more appropriately, to get you to another step. Let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to hit like if you did indeed like this. Have a great day.